Everybody, welcome back to the podcast. Happy New Year. It's 2026. We're back in the studio recording. Sound a little rough. I look a little rough. I apologize. It's been a sluggy few days in between Christmas and New Year's, which technically, okay, so right now it's January 4th. Tomorrow is obviously January 5th. Which is Monday. Tomorrow's a real start of New Year's because when like New Year's is on a Friday, it's on a Thursday or Friday.
A Wednesday.
Like that's so random. So it needs to be Monday.
The amount of times after New Year's Eve that I tried to like start my year was just like I was hit with like thing after thing. The day after New Year's Eve, I'm like, okay, you know what? Gonna get back into my gym routine, gonna get back into it. Didn't have my car keys. Roman took my car keys. Then the day after that, we went to Collingwood. We're like, okay, after Collingwood, we're going to like actually like lock the fuck in. I get sick, as you can probably hear. So we're like, you know what? Jan 5 is going to be the new year. And I'm not one that likes like new year, new me, like new set of goals. I did my goals for 2026, like in December, like early December. I started writing out all my goals and they weren't things that are like unattainable. I used to do this all the time. I would be like 23 and go into the following year being like, this year I want to buy a $2 million home. And it's like, be for real. Like, it's like dream big, of course. Like I have big dreams, but like, I don't like dreaming like year per year, if that makes sense. Like I don't like starting my year off with this like huge, like unattainable goal. And like, I don't want to sound negative with saying that, but like, you just need to be realistic. I think you can make your goals, like in my eyes, it's like make your goals challenging, exciting, and attainable. How do you know that they're attainable? It's like, you'll know. Like at 22 years old, I was still at U of T, in school, working in retail, living at my parents' house. Am I really gonna buy a $2 million home? That could be a dream that I have, but like, is that something I want to go into the new year being like, yes, I'm buying a $2 million home at 23 years old? It's like, that just like sets you up almost for failure. And I don't know, maybe I'm completely wrong and maybe I'm being pessimistic, but that's just how I feel about like setting these like unrealistic goals going into the year. Because like at the end of the day, when you look back at your goals from the year and you're like, I didn't accomplish this, like you feel like shit about yourself.
Yeah. For me, I've been doing themes. So like, here, I'll actually pull it up right now. I like to make themes of my year. So I've only been doing it for the last 2 years. And we'll get into kind of like reflecting on the last year and stuff and all that shit. But I do themes because the theme drives my goals and it drives like how I want to show up every day. So my 2026 theme is, this isn't a year of waiting. It's a year of doing with intention. So being intentional, dynamic, and in motion. So like every action that I do, every goal that I do, every time I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking like, what am I doing today that is intentional and how am I going to be dynamic? Like one thing for me is like, I've noticed I get bored super easily, whether it's with work, the podcast, soccer, sport, like I get bored with things easily. And I need to have like different things that I'm doing to fill my cup. At the same time, has to be intentional because like last year I read 20 books in 2025.
That's what I mean.
20 books, really? Like
if
I can't even read one book.
But that's what I'm saying. If in 2020, sorry, what year are we? If in 2025 you didn't read one book, you're just gonna randomly read 25 books. Like ease your way into it.
So I put a theme, and then this year I put my 6 mini adventures or goals that I want to achieve. And then I break it out into quarters. So like January to April is my first quarter. And like what goals am I going to achieve? And then April to like May, June, July is my second quarter. And like if some of my goals I didn't achieve yet, I will just move it on to the next month. If the goals that I have achieved like are done, I either like don't put any more goals or maybe add like a small goal. I don't know if I want to say my goals out loud though.
I don't think you need to.
I don't want to. Just because I feel like if I say it out loud, like they won't happen.
Or if you say it out loud, you're more committed to doing it.
No, I've actually, like, I listened to this podcast. Oh my God, I can't fucking speak. This podcast called Psychology of Your 20s. And she actually put research out saying that, like, if you say your goals prematurely, you actually are less likely to achieve them because you've already, like, have this preconceived notion of, like, this is who I am. And, like, I would do it. I've already, like, done it. I will do it.
Well, that's kind of like what you do when you make lists or like you push it in your calendar. You feel like, oh, I did it. And then when it's actually do it. When it actually comes time to do it, you're like, I already put it in my calendar.
Yeah,
Let me
no,
just move
like
it.
you're thinking like, oh, I'm already a person who will do that eventually. So like I don't need to do it right now. So I don't want to say my goals, but I do kind of want to reflect on like last year because I know, yeah, I'd like. It's funny when the new year comes. I always look back on my last year and I write down what I've done and like I've done like I don't think I've done a lot, but then I like remember like I kind of went through some shit last year. Like I went through a fucking 3-year breakup last year. I kind of forget about it now because like it's whatever. But I started 2025 like grieving a relationship of 3 years, which is like kind of crazy. Like the first 6 months of like 2025, I was like fucking like, man, like my life sucks because like my relationship ended. I also didn't have a job from December, January, February, March until April, which is also kind of crazy. I was dog walking full time. Like I didn't have steady income. So got broken up with. I'm unemployed and like I'm dog walking full time. So then I try to think like kind of came like through a lot of shit. And like I look back, I got a tattoo, which is like a first. With my best friend, I ran a 10-kilometer race, which like I never thought like I would be doing that, and I like placed for a 10-kilometer race. I ran 2 5-kilometer races. What else did we do? Like we went viral a few times for the podcast. We got some like really great, cool collaborations for the podcast.
We went to Vegas.
Went to Vegas. I went to Nashville on a whim with my best friend Vic. Like, so I don't know. Like you think about like, oh, I haven't done a lot because you see a lot of people doing a bunch of shit. Like got a house, got a new job, got engaged, got this, that, the other, traveled, moved, blah, 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 blah. But it's like.
So how I look at those things is like those are milestones in your life. They're not going to happen every year. Like the engagement, the marriage, the buying a house, the having a kid. Those are like milestones that happen every few years for a period of time. For me, what I do is I list out maybe like 8 to 12 goals for the year. This is what I did last year too. I list out 8 to 12 goals. I stick it on like the wall where I wake up so I could see it every day, my yearly goals. I see it every single day. Every single month, I will look at those goals and kind of like break them up into smaller goals. Like if one of my goals is buy a new car, in January, maybe research some cars I want. Like I break them up into like little things. And every month I'm not going to hit all of those things, but like I kind of break them up and like see what's going on that month versus like what I can achieve by breaking down those goals. So that's kind of what I do in terms of goal setting. And I do break it up into different categories. Like I think about finances, job, career, entrepreneurship, health and wellness is a big one for me. I'm not going to go through my goals, but I'm going to go through some themes and ways that I would like to feel going into the new year. Because that's something I think about too. Like, how do I want to feel this year? How do I want to act this year? I have my set of like tangible goals that like when I achieve them, it's like check. But this is how I want to like embody. One of them is rebuild my nervous system before I rebuild anything else. So really focusing on regulating my nervous system. And what that means is just like approaching things with lower stress, less anger, less reaction. Last year, like for me, a lot happened that was good, but there was a lot that I don't really want to speak on yet just because like
It's emotion.
It's just like something that also involves other people. Things that happened that like really just like was a pivotal moment in my life, really, in my year and in my life. Like when I look back on 2025 right now, I don't just think about like my wedding. I think about this thing that happened. This thing that happened though, what I'm trying to say is it forced me into like a survival mode sort of like mentality, like very high stress, a lot of uncertainty and like constant decision fatigue. Coupled with the wedding decision fatigue, everything just like was very high stress. So I want to go into this year that like going into this year, I want to have more of a calm strategy to things, even if things get tough. Like if I embody that sort of stress-free self, that I know I can like approach anything.
Wait, to add on that, also nervous system wise, like you don't realize like when you start your day off a nervous fucking nerve ball, it literally throws you off. Like I've woken up sometimes with like either anxiety of like what happened the previous night, or you wake up in the morning and you get news, or like someone comes in your room and like it disturbs your peace. Like,
or the night before you read a text or something, like right before you're about to fall asleep.
And then you wake up, like for me at least, my nervous system's already fucking like thrown off. And then I forget my keys, and then I don't eat breakfast, and then I'm rushing out the door. Like it literally affects, like it's a ripple effect, like the whole day, which sucks. Like I don't want to, yeah. I agree.
Second thing I want to embody is health that's sustainable and not punitive. So I don't want to okay, so last year was the first time I ever got a coach. Like I'm very much into like, oh, I know everything about fitness and wellness, blah blah blah, but like my mentality for a long time was like all or nothing on a certain thing, like all or nothing on this program, all or nothing, this is the way I eat. And having a coach kind of taught me to like make it more of a lifestyle and like be protein forward but realistic, training for strength and longevity rather than just how I look. So that's another big thing for me. Another thing is protecting my marriage as if it's the most important thing ever. Because again, last year we went through some things that like didn't allow us to really go into like this newlywed bubble that like everyone else that gets married kind of goes into, like the honeymoon right away and like just like all this like blissful stuff. We really just got married and had to like go into like getting shit done sort of mode for what we were dealing with. So this year I'm really going to prioritize us as a unit and like create a boundary where like we now are a family. Like we didn't really have that mentality at first. Like we are like just us two are a family. Like we make decisions together. We don't make decisions for our parents, our siblings, our friends. Like we do it together, if that makes sense. Career growth without self-abandonment. So like I feel like something in 2025 when I look back is I grew a lot in my career. I traveled so much. I went to LA, Vegas, Chicago, all for work, but it was also fun. And this isn't necessarily something I want to change in 2026, but continue doing. Like I was able to grow my career while still staying true to myself and like being strategic, not frantic for the first time in a job. Like I wasn't working out of like anxiety. I was just like very confident in myself and like what I know I can bring to the table. And I think that happens as you get older. I feel like a lot of people have said that to me in the past. Like you start to be confident in when you know what you know as you get older. And I really felt that this year. So I want to continue that. Something what content wise is I want to create content from truth and not pressure. Like even with the podcast, I don't want to create content because we feel like we need to. I don't want to have guests on the podcast because we feel like that's what you're supposed to do as a podcast. We do better when it's just us ranting like this. And like that's what I want to continue to embody going into 2026. And I feel like we found that like we like taste testing, we like review. People like to see that. Maybe that's something we can do. We don't have to be like just one thing. Mm-hmm. So those are just some things of like how I want to feel and embody going into 2026. Mindfulness. I was listening to someone talk about this. When you're eating, you're thinking about working. When you're working, you're thinking about eating. When you're driving, you're texting someone. When you're texting, you're thinking about, I want to eat something. You're never doing what you're doing. You're doing something, but thinking about something else. So you're never really mindful. And I felt this way. And I really noticed that I'm not mindful when I think back again to the wedding. Like the morning of the wedding, like it was such a blur. Like I wish I could go back to the morning of when I was with the bridesmaids and like I was not paying attention. I was just like, what's going to happen at the church? What's going to happen later? What's going to happen tomorrow? Like I really this year want to be mindful and like in everything I do. If I'm drinking water, I want to drink the water and like be grateful that this water is nourishing my body. I don't want to drink the water and be like, oh my God, I'm also texting and like, and if that means I need to wake up earlier because I need more time in my day to do things fully, then I will do that.
That's a good one, actually. I think for me, like I was saying, like being more dynamic, but not with just like work. Like for me, straight up, like as I get older, I realize obviously work's so important and like, yeah. But for me, like this is where me and Sam is different. Like I think Sam is like, and correct me if I'm wrong, like it's one of your passions, right?
What?
Like you are very passionate about your work.
But I wasn't always.
Yeah, I get it. And like I like not to say I don't like my work, like I do, but I'm just saying like for me growing up, like especially in my 20s, like work was never like I wasn't like always like, oh, I love my work and I talk about it all the time and like I just think it's the most important thing. Like to me it's not. Like I
also don't think that it's
no, I know I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying in general. Like and like I've talked about it before where like my grandparents were like, oh, you're not as ambitious because you don't think like okay, call me that. I don't care. I want to be ambitious in like different aspects of my life. That's not just work. Like I want to fucking run a half marathon this year. I want to maybe push to get a running trainer. I I actually registered for Italian, like official Italian classes that I start end of January. Like I want to learn fucking fluent Italian. I want to travel more. I want to do like I just want to be so dynamic and like say yes to things. But again, being intentional. Like if someone asks me like, do you want to, I don't know, open a bar with me? I'm not gonna be like, yeah. Like I want to be intentional of what I'm doing. But like I really want to be just like dynamic and like pour water into my cup from different streams, so I don't just feel like my work is like that's what makes me successful, that's what defines me as ambitious. Like no, these different things and these different buckets are what.
But that's why I think when you find something that like allows you to feel that way is when you're actually happy to work.
Well, or your passion, right? Like I am learning, like I love my dogs. Everyone who knows me knows I love my dogs, maybe a bit too much. I love animals. I love dogs. Like that is my passion. So this year I want to like hone in on that, whether it's like something I do or something I create. Like it's just like I want to pour my cup with fill my cup with things like I actually like am intentional about. So that's like my kind of like, again, maybe a theme or like thing going forward is I want to be intentional and dynamic and just like I want to like just be, I don't know. I think about like puzzle pieces coming together and like just be just very like.
I think an important thing too is as you get older and to make sure that work isn't your life, finding a hobby is important as an adult.
I love hobbies.
Like, and not a hobby that like, because I was very much always like, oh, this hobby, can I make money from it? No, just a hobby.
No.
Like just something that you do for fun.
It's literally like if you weren't making money, would you be liking to do this? Like I'll name some because some people don't even know hobbies. Tennis, soccer, volunteering at animal shelter is a hobby.
Painting.
Crocheting, painting, knitting.
I went
swimming at your community center pool. Go to swim. Like there's so many things.
And it's not something that you dread doing.
Horseback riding.
Yeah, so I was going to say like again, this was before the new year even started, but I was like I need a hobby. Again, going back to everything that happened in 2025, very high stress, and I feel like people in my own family don't even realize how high stress it was just cuz like we just dealt with it. But I was like, I need something that's going to make me feel like liberated, not like I'm working. And this includes fitness. I'm still working when I'm like doing fitness, right? I'm like, I like it, but like I want something that's like freeing. So I went horseback riding for the first time. How old am I? 29. As a 29-year-old, I went horseback riding for the very first time. And I thought it was so cool. I know a lot of people horseback ride and it's like a thing, but like I got on this horse. I did pretty good. And I was like, wow, this is just something I can do.
Yeah. One thing I want to do is like, you know those like breakdancing classes people do? I would love to do that. Why you laugh? See, I knew you were laugh.
I'm just
because
laughing.
People always think I'm a bad dancer. Like I was not. The
You
best
could be a
dancer.
bad dancer and still like dancing.
But like still, like who said I was who told me I was a bad dancer? Maybe I was like not fucking competitive level. But like I would like to like do a little break dance, like a choreography.
So do it.
How do you say that word?
I would actually
Choreography
do
class.
that too.
I want to do a
actually
pole
do that.
dancing class.
I would do the one where you're in heels. You know when you're in heels and
Yes.
you're like in the
It's
mirror?
like burlesque. I want to do pole dancing class. I really want to do that. I think it's just like hot and like just like makes you feel like
I would do that.
feminine and sexy. I don't know. There's so much things like there's so many fucking things to do. So
Guys,
many things
this is
to do.
if you are if it's January for you right now and you're like, where the fuck do I even start thinking about goals? Don't even think like don't worry about it. Like don't that's the thing. There's this
Just do
culture
it.
of like
just do it. Like literally just do it.
No, there's this
Fucking
culture.
shout above.
There's this culture of vision boarding time and creating my goals and buying 27 journals and like
Which is fine. Like
do it if you genuinely like are good at that and do it. But like I personally sometimes feel like the pressure when I'm looking at all this content. I'm like, oh my god, blah, 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 blah. That's why this year I started early in December. All you gotta do is just start thinking. Go to your photo app. Start in January of 2025 and look through all your photos and look at how like different each month is. And like if you're someone who takes photos, I'm assuming everyone does, but look through all the photos you have, all the food you ate, all the things that you went through. Maybe you have some videos of you crying. I literally had some videos of me crying because like sometimes I documented just to see what I went through. And I was like, holy fuck, like there was so much that went on this year. That's all you need to do. Go through memory lane of your photos or your journal or whatever it is and think about like, what do I want to change? But also, what do you want to keep the same? You don't have to change everything about yourself year after year.
Yeah,
like I said, as an example before, like career-wise, I loved the way I was last year. Like I was into it, but I wasn't like obsessive and I felt like I made it fit with my life. And that's what I want to continue to do. So it's like, what do you want to continue doing? What do you want to stop doing? And what do you want to start doing? That's all you have to ask
Also,
yourself.
like, not everything's like a rebrand. Like you see
Yeah.
online, like everything's like, let's rebrand myself or rebrand. And like, that's like, it's always fun, obviously, to like vision yourself as someone different. And like, there's some parts of my life and myself that I want to change and rebrand, but like, you don't have to rebrand your whole fucking self unless you like literally hate the way you are, I guess. But like, I don't know, there's like a pressure. One thing about 2025 that I hated about myself and my habits is my compulsive shopping. New event, shopping.
Or wear my
Sam's.
stuff.
Like, I was like, really?
She would be like, no, she would be like, can I wear your black long sleeve top? And I'm like, it's literally a plain
have it.
Aritzia
I have
black
it.
long sleeve top. I'm like, why? Like, why?
Anyways, that's something I need to change about my habits. Is like, I cannot like just go to the mall on a Wednesday if I have a date or somewhere to go on Friday to get something. Like my friend Jess's birthday is end of the month, and I'm like, what? Oh, I gotta buy something. Like, no, I have dresses in my closet I haven't touched. So like, I want to do a no buy 2026 list. It's my no buy list that's realistic because like there's some shit that I am actually gonna buy. Number one, lip liners, lipsticks, lip glosses. I was going through my makeup and the amount of fucking lip liners I have that I just see a combo on TikTok. I'm like, oh, that's a pretty brown. How many browns do I have in my drawer? I have Cork, I have Stripped Down, I have NYX Cold Brew, and I have like 5 other ones. Like that's enough brown. So no lip liners for me. Next for me is water bottles. I have one. And mugs. Oh my God, guys, my mug collection.
I love mugs. I will never stop buying mugs.
No, I'm done buying mugs. I don't need a new mug because it's Valentine's Day or Christmas. Like, I get it. It makes you feel like in the spirit. But like, I already have those from previous months. How many mugs do I need? Don't know. Second, I'm not buying candles anymore. Unless I find a good organic soy blend candle, I am not buying candles anymore.
Really? Why?
No. I was burning a candle in my room and like I was getting like sick from it. Like I was like, this doesn't smell
Guys,
good. So yeah, no candles. Like, and like I want to hit the pan. Like it's called Project Pan. People are calling it. Like I want to hit the pan on a lot of things. Another thing that I'm not buying anymore is Uber Eats. Me and Roman are fiend for Uber Eats,
it's
which is
actually
her husband.
so annoying.
Like every time Roman's like, I'm getting Uber Eats. Do you want wings? I'm like, yeah. Roman, do you want stacked? Yeah. Fran, do you want fucking shawarma? Yeah. Like I'm a fiend for Uber Eats and it's not good. It's not healthy. I want to be more intentional of what I'm eating. So I'm not, and if you look at like, just do a little project for yourself. Go look on how much you spent on Uber Eats in 2025. It shows you. And it's sad because it's like $3,000 worth of like of food that could have been like in my savings or I could have used towards like a trip is crazy when like I have food at home. Wild. What else am I not buying? Let's think here. Hair extensions. I think I have 5 pairs of the same hair extensions that I just rotate. Like, just wash them. You don't need a new pair every time. And what's another one? I think that's it. Like, those are like good ones, you know? Like, realistic ones that I'm not going to like fail or feel like I'm failing on. All right, guys. That was our little New Year's spiel. We're excited for the new year. I'm not going to say we have anything planned because we don't really. We're kind of. Listen, actually, I want to say something. We transparently, maybe people can't relate, but probably a lot of people can who work with like a sibling, a friend, or a mom or dad, whatever. We were in a huge fucking rut to the point where like I was like, I don't even know if I wanted, like I actually quit the podcast for like a week. It was only a week, but like still, like I was heavily like, I don't want to do this anymore. It doesn't bring me joy. We're fighting. We're not aligned at all. We have no content planned. We haven't recorded in like 2 fucking months. Like, what are we doing here? We're doing like our taste test, which I feel like people like. And like we got a lot of cool opportunities from, but it was just like, it felt like not intentional. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, we know what we have planned. We're kind of going into this new year now, like, in my opinion, like fresh and kind of just like open to new ideas and like kind of like realigning on like what our intentions are. Like today we're recording a double podcast, like straight up. Like we're recording a double podcast. Like we're paying for the session. Like let's be intentional and batch record.
Another thing is kind of what I said before, like content that like feels natural and not forced. Like for so long we were having guests on or like doing content
or
that
filler content that
like
no one
we
can
just
talk about.
recorded an ad, okay, for a brand or a company called Ultra Fit Meals, which we really actually love.
Oh my God, guys, pause. We should like do a taste test of that. Guys, Ultra Fit Meals is not sponsored right now. Like I want to order more. Like I was gonna ask you if you want to
Yes,
split more.
I do. But listen, so we did an ad for them and we posted it. It wasn't like a typical ad you'd see where it's like very aesthetic or whatever. It was just me talking to the camera, pranking Fran. 3 random people came up to me and was like, oh my God, that video you posted was so good. I was like, oh, it was an ad. They're like, I couldn't even tell. And I was thinking, I'm like, It's a taste test. It's something that we've been doing. It was very like, it was planned. Like we planned what we were going to do in terms of content, but like it wasn't so overly produced. And maybe that's just us. Like we don't need to be so overly produced. We can sit down, do a taste test, talk to the camera. We don't need a guest to like make us feel like we are not boring.
That's not
you
to
know
say
what I
like
mean?
we'll never have guests. Like,
No,
like,
you know what I mean.
I like having guests like my friend Mel or like I don't know if we like Roman. You know what I mean? But anyways, guys. Okay, well, happy New Year.
Thank you for listening. Have a good New Year. Let us know what you want to hear us talk about in the new year. We're open to ideas. And I think something that could be cool that just came to my mind is like, what if we had people who listened on the pod? Like if you want to come on the pod and just like have a fucking girly, boy, whatever chat and like make this just a space where, you know, we like maybe taste some stuff. We'll bring some
Oh my God, yeah,
snacks.
we should taste this with listeners.
Like, let us know if you're down. Like, we'll all have a conversation. Maybe you can bring the topic. We can bring the topic and we'll just fucking.
Okay, guys, thanks for listening. And we will catch you in 2026.
Bye.